Hi, very good afternoon to you. It's Gene from maverickstar. Guys, if you want to know and you are interested in the latest magnetic pole position, it's been broadcast within the last hour on Patreon. I'll put a link down there and I'll pin it in the description for you and in the comment section so that you can go over there if you want. It's going to cost you $5. Okay? Why is it going to cost you $5? That's just asking you to support us with the minimal amount that we can charge on Patreon. It's entirely up to you. It's not mandatory. It's there if you want. But we had to do something. You know what? It took me 2 years to write the program for the Trimax system. So think about that. If it takes you 10 minutes to write out a little form to join Patreon, that is nothing in comparison to what I did so that I could ensure that you got your latest magnetic pole position. Now, the reason why we're not doing it on YouTube anymore is because, we realised that a lot of people were just accepting the fact that they didn't have to chip in and become part of the community or support us in any way. And the second reason was the throttling back of the videos that means something to people. And I'll give you a good for instance here, and you can see for yourself. Look at the hydrogen fuel cell. The research that we're conducting on that alone is, important to you guys. At least somebody out there is trying to make life easier for you so that you can, get and meet your energy demands at an affordable rate. An alternative. The other one is, look at the white collar crime video. Look at the numbers on that as well. By no mistake are they targeting these videos, YouTube. It's because when it concerns them, when it affects them, they're going to do this. Whereas they're not regulating like they are on YouTube, on Patreon. So I can say pretty much what I want to. It's almost as good as Rumble as far as I'm concerned. And those people that are saying to me, go over to Rumble, I've got a channel on Rumble. No one followed me over on there. That's okay. I ain't bothered about that fact, but I will say this, that given enough pressure and pushed enough money under the table, Rumble will collapse and start regulating what it does. It's just a matter of time. People like Russell Brand have got to realise that, there is no freedom in this world. We used to talk, didn't we? Years ago, there was a lot of talk about the New World Order. And you know what? I remember what people were saying about this. No way would we give them an inch as to achieving the New World Order. They've already done it. What do you think the United Nations is? And the European Union? It is the New World Order that we all didn't want to come by. But it has. Unelected officials dictating to our governments, who are elected by some democratic election process. But now we've put everything in their hands. There is no democracy. We saw, the head person, the Secretary General, go out for people on the digital space as he described it, and silence them, and using Justin Trudeau's methods, go after the money. That's exactly what they did to us here at the observatory. You know what? It's a joke. CO2 is a joke. Net zero is a joke. These are criminals getting away with blue murder. And pretty much the general populace is allowing them to do that. It isn't the way forward. But I can understand why people do it. They say, oh, well, we'll take care of our own unit. Okay, we'll look after, my wife, my children. I'll make sure we're good. That's not the way forward when you're dealing with criminality on a scale like we are today. The reason why CNN, the BBC, Fox News, all the other mainstream legacy media are losing traction with the general public is because we have witnessed firsthand their biggest cock-ups. We've seen them all read off the same script. That's unusual, considering they're supposed to be all individual entities. But for some reason, they're all saying the exact same thing, almost to the word. They've lost it. You know, the governments around the world have lost the communications with the general populace. They're not going to get that back too soon. And what we're seeing them do as a result is, because we won't give them what they want, we're seeing them tread a little bit harder on us, squeeze us a little bit more, drive us into the earth a little bit more. That's why I say I don't think they're even human beings, because, you know, human beings wouldn't treat other human beings like this. I know that me and you listening right now would never do that to each other. We would help, support, you know, and want each other to do better. But this government right now, because it's lost its traction in the legacy media, you know, in the mainstream media, with these big you know, news organisations, they've lost it, and they're not happy. They're going to push a little bit harder and resort to other things. And you know what? Here we are, back in 1930s with Nazis. So long as you know what time you're in, what time and future your children have, is dim, to say the least. What people like me are trying to do is bring you awareness of some of the main important things. You know, I think David Icke, Alex Jones was well ahead of their time. Because now the things that they've been talking about, the deep state, you know, the global new world order, is all come about. You know what? We woke up all of a sudden with a new world order. The United Nations and the European Union and the World Health Organization and all the other, the IMF, you know, all the others. These are the rich and the elite that are controlling these things. None of them was elected. Not one of them. You know, democracy has dissolved. And we haven't realised it yet. And that's one thing that we need to start to realise. All those people that lost their lives, give their lives in the Second World War, are literally turning in their graves at this very moment and saying, why did we do this when, you know, this was only going to come about again at a later date? I think the American Constitution requires the loss of life in order to keep the Constitution going. That's a requirement, I believe. I'm not 100% clued up on the Constitution. You know, I do see American people as my close brothers and sisters on this, you know, in this world, as well as Europeans. We're all brothers and sisters. We may speak a different language, but that doesn't make any difference. What we're doing is allowing the bullies to be bullies, and we know what we've got to do. At some point, we've got to fucking put that bully down on his back. We need to stick together. You know, there's an invitation for you to join us and your brothers and sisters on Patreon. You know, we're hoping you're going to come and meet us over there. I'll say what I usually do. You take care of your loved ones. As always, bye for now.